they have to do.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Aftercast. We are here. We are late, but Google Plus is not going to take us down. We finally managed to kind of work things out, and yeah, I want to say some other things about Google Plus, but I will refrain from right now. But welcome to the Aftercast. This is episode 53, the late night Transformer show. I'm your host, Victory Saber 77. We have Charles now joining us. Cool. And we'll probably have some people joining us randomly, so that's totally fine. But we're going to have a pretty good show today. We're going to talk about what we kind of discussed on the Cybercast, and we're going to talk about some other things. But before we get into that, why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Charles, are you there? All right, Dalton, you're number one.
Golden Boy time.
Yep.
I'm Dalton. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DaltoniansTFs. And one thing I do want to mention is not doing Cartoon Mondays this upcoming week. It's going to have to wait till next week. This week has just been crazy busy with work and family stuff, so
All right.
it's going to have to be postponed. So.
And what are you going to be doing again?
Tailspin.
Tailspin. All right. Sweet.
On that show.
Josh?
You can find me G1Xtron on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and my Facebook page is the G1Xtron.
Sweet. And you can find me, Victory Saber 77, YouTube, Twitter, and we have some other shows. We have the Cybercast, which airs before the Aftercast, which is in video form right now. So after you watch the Aftercast, go over to G1 Hextron's channel and check that out. But it's on every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We also have the eBay show, which will be on G1 Hextron's channel. It's once a month, but it will be airing this Thursday, March 19th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on G1 Hextron's channel. He is also streaming the new Transformers RID show, which there's 8 episodes, I believe, on his Facebook channel, so go check that out, the G1 Hextron at facebook.com. But it's courtesy of Cardio Subs, so check them out also. They do a really good job as far as taking the Japanese Transformers series as far as hopefully they'll do Beast Wars second here soon, but they've done Car Robots and they've done Micron Densetsu, and they've actually given us a proper subtitled version of those series. And we also have some guests that are actually going to be on the Cybercast too. Next week we'll have Derek J. Wyatt along with Chris Perez, so that should be awesome. Along with the following week we're going to have Omnigonics talking about their spin-out, which is their not MP Sunstreaker. We also have the Collector Spotlight coming back on the Cybercast, so if you guys want your collection spotlighted on the Cybercast, just send some pictures, maybe 10 to 20 pictures to Josh at G1Hexatron at gmail.com. Make sure you tell us who you are and what you want to be called, whether it's your real name, an alias, Twitter name, such. And no collection's too big or small, so we really do appreciate it. We just like checking out people's stuff and how you display it and everything. But welcome, Trent. How you doing?
Hello. Pretty good, you?
Pretty good. You got the invite. You're able to get on here, obviously. So
yes.
Sweet.
It took it a while, but
awesome. So right on. Glad you're on here. And if you want, to introduce yourself and tell people where they can find you.
Trends5 at Facebook and Twitter.
Sweet. All right. Let's get into some hauls. Dalton.
Leader class G1 style Megatron. Bam.
Bam.
For now.
I like that. Just bam. There it is. It's done. Drop.
Big
mic drop right there. Going away.
Yep.
All right. Josh, what do you got?
I ended up buying another Star Wars 6-inch Blackline Series Biker Scout Speeder Bike. I got the Transformers Blackout, or Blackjack, Blackjack. And I got Nick TMNT, what is it, Baxter Fly is what they're calling him, and Mikey Turflytool. Yeah, so.
Sweet.
I bought some other things, but not in yet, so I'm going to stick with the rules here.
Yeah.
Dope.
Don't. Trent, see anything?
Yeah, I managed to pick up Combiner Wars Motormaster.
Oh wow, nice. Sweet.
He's
So
pretty
one,
good. I'm impressed with him.
Right on.
so one thing I'm doing with the Minister sword is I'm using it with Megatron because didn't the G1 have a sword?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. Now he's got a big silver sword.
Cool. Charles, you there? All right. For me, I picked up quite a bit of stuff. I bought some, and Charles is gone. What did I pick up? I picked up the Encore Twincast and Sound Blaster sets. Also the Encore Ram Horn Steel Job Rat Bat Slugfest set too. Mainly just because I wanted the weapons. Thought it was cheaper in a way to go that route. I also did pick up the Blackjack, and I also picked up Huffer from the Combiner Wars. I also picked up, what else is Kubrar, the Fans Project's Not Slag. Picked up the TFCon exclusive. And I think
Oh, wow.
that's about... Oh, I picked up this little guy. This guy's great. I'm going to have to do it. Sorry, Josh. I'm going to show it. I won't wave it around, but there he is. This little dude. I'm going to give it to my daughter. I don't think my son will even touch this, but I think my daughter will enjoy that.
He doesn't like figures that have like the hips like right next to the armpits.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
he doesn't like it.
Yeah. Go ahead and show Trent if he hasn't seen it. Yeah, the hips are basically almost where the armpits are.
It's not a lot going with this warrior class. It had a lot of potential, but yeah.
So I might just get it for the axe and put that on my War for Cybertron Prime.
Yeah,
It'd be cheaper than buying the add-on.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
I picked that up, and I also actually picked up a Gypsy Danger. I got the one with the little ship that he's dragging
Oh,
in the Hong Kong battle. I thought that was pretty cool, so
sweet,
I
sweet.
picked that up. So that's all. Like Josh, I got some stuff coming in next week, so it'll be fun. But all right, let's see. Topics, guys. Man, I'm still frustrated with Google. They just like they like suck the life out of you, and they're like, "Oh, you guys want to hang out, and, hang out with your friends that are, across the country or wherever they may be, so you guys can get together and share some, memories and just shoot the breeze." But no, we're gonna make it so effing hard for you that you're gonna want to go out and just
Give up.
give up and just get hammered. And that's what I'm gonna get doing. I'm gonna start doing that right now. So thank you for driving me into alcoholism, Google. I love it. But
It's like
as
every
far as-
6 months. They do some. The thing is if they made the changes and gave you like directions, like I saw that you tweeted at Google Plus. How many tweets does that have? Absolutely none. Zero. Because I was looking at it, they were like, "Yeah, we've tweeted. No, we just have the account here," which doesn't make any sense. If they were like, "Hey, we're gonna have an update here in a week. This and this is gonna change. This is what you'll do different." It's like, okay, now I know. And that's half the battle.
yeah,
Yep.
yep. It just I don't know who came up with their little way of like, hey, this should be better for the community and should be fun. No, it's not. So one of the topics that we talked about on the Cybercast was, what current Transformers do you see kind of rising in price? As Dalton just rose out of his chair and left. That just works. It's just anarchy. It's just chaos and anarchy right now on the Aftercast. Oh, he's back. But what do you guys think that's going to go up in price? Not going to third party, but just official Hasbro stuff that you've seen currently that you think I better get it now before 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road. That thing's going to be probably double or maybe triple the price.
I'd say Megatron. I mean, we've already seen it. I mean, it's just shooting up in price, along with, I'd say even RC would be one that'd go up in price.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
forgot about that one, especially the Takara one.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Anything else?
Maybe even some of the
Bombshell's
legends.
another one.
Yeah, Bombshell and Power Glide.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which, there's one on Hasbro Toy Shop. I need to pick that up. It's finally in stock, so I need to get it.
How about what like Ultra Magnus coming out, leader class, or for that matter, Jetfire? It's already been out.
Yeah, both of those. And
Yeah.
obviously Devastator.
Yeah, definitely. Does that kind of, in a way, want you to, like maybe I wasn't gonna buy that, but now maybe I should? Like, let's say the Megatron. I'm glad I got that before, down the road, maybe I would have thought about, yeah, I probably should have picked that up, and now you're looking at like $75 to $44 for,
hmm
something.
Mhm.
Even the Armada Megatron. I mean, that
Yeah.
thing is. A lot of people don't like it, but later on they're like, oh, that was a really good figure. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. I'm gonna go look now. And then it's up there, $150.
Yeah. I haven't seen, or maybe I need to look. I haven't really looked that much, but comparisons between the new leader class Armada with, like, let's say the Armada Prime that's out right now. Do they fit in scale a little bit better? And with like its super mode and all that. But yeah, definitely I would pick that up because one, it's a nice articulated version of Megatron. I mean, the Armada thing is a brick, even though it looks
Yeah.
decent. It's kind of nice, but.
I'm still gonna pick that one up. Here's Stan.
Let's see here. What else did we have, Josh? Cybercast. What else?
When buying third-party figures, do you have it kind of in the back of your mind that I like this, but when a better version comes out, I'm going to sell it. So obviously we always buy to keep, but with third parties, with a lot of official stuff, like we kind of hang on to it because, it's not that big in price to, it's not that expensive. It's like, a better version of, whatever came out, of a drag strip, and well, it's, do you really need to sell the old one because you're not going to get that much for it, and or what, insert whatever figure in there. But a Chug figure, well, you might get $10 for it. Whenever you paid 12 for it, the new one's only 15. So it's like, well, I kind of like that figure, so I'll buy this new one. But with third parties, I mean, you spent whatever $100, $80, $200 on it. You get a better version. A lot of times, like I look back and I'm like, well, I'm selling that now. I didn't plan on, but a better version's out that I like a lot more. I can sell that and then buy this new one, and it's not going to be that much of a price gap versus keeping it and buying another one. That's why I mentioned like third parties on there, because they're just so expensive. You kind of want to recoup some of that money and have the best version always displayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, Trent, seeing you pick up Toy World's Astro Train,
Yeah. Mhm.
and let's say, I don't know, some other company decides to come out with an Astro Train that's more, let's say, G1 show accurate and has a little bit more, I don't know, it's more pleasing to the eye, let's just say. Would you maybe pick it up or keep what you got?
That's a good question. Depends upon how well it looked. I mean, if it looked great and I could like at least recruit maybe like about 80% of what I paid for a Villa Star, I probably would. But more than likely, I'll probably just keep what I have.
And not buy the new one.
Probably. All I don't know. That's a big if because normally I don't I rarely buy third party, so when I do, I try to like okay, when I buy it, this is gonna be something that I want, because I don't do the whole like I don't buy something in order to try to flip it later.
Mhm.
So pretty much, that's a good question.
Because
Only if
sometimes
it
you can flip
looked
it for the
great.
same or even more. And sometimes like you only lose like 90, like the Hexatron, the original, before they started
Yeah.
releasing like a ton of them.
Mhm.
I bought mine for like 130 or 120 or something like that, and then I sold it for like 170. I had, I didn't have plans to, scalp or anything like that, but I was just like, well, I really think that we'll get a Generations one eventually, and I think I'd prefer that more than a stylized version. The Mastermind Creations gave us a 6-shot, so I was like, let me sell it. The market's good for it right now. I'll actually make $50 on it. And even if I go back and buy the one that James got, the third version of actual Hexatron, not the Nova or the Black, but the best one as far as G1 accuracy looking, I'd still come out on top. I'd actually get the same figure, but I'd make $50 on it.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah, if it looked good and it doesn't have to be strictly or painstakingly G1 adherent, but if it looked okay and I could get back a pretty deal what I paid for Villastar, I might would do it simply because of the color, but I'm kind of happy with the Villastar. I like how I can pose him, in the sniper look. So, and I like his size because he's actually taller than Assaulter, than
Oh
Warbot
wow.
Assaulter, who's supposed to be broadside. Yeah. So I'm like, it's a good piece.
Yeah, that is actually.
Which is why I'm so glad I don't have City Commander because now, that I have DIA Commander, when that Ultra Madness comes out, I can say they're two different characters.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thanks, IDW.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice thing about that version. It's like I'd be curious to see if there would be a variant that Hasbro would do for that, or maybe potentially down the road. I mean, it would be a big exclusive, but maybe a BotCon or Collectors Club
Yeah.
exclusive, turning that leader class Magnus into, like, let's say Delta
Cyclone.
Magnus, and
Yeah.
making it more
Hmm.
accurate. That would be kind of cool.
I could definitely see Takara doing it.
Yeah, or like eHobby or someone
Yeah.
picking it up, doing that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of potential with the amount of figures that we are getting in the Combiner Wars, which is really cool. Um,
Yeah.
just repaints and such. I mean, there's always a G2 realm that they could go. Now that we got Megatron, there's a G2 Megatron they could do. They could do Devastator in G2, Aerialbots G2. Stendicon's
Sword.
finally maybe give us a G2. I mean, everything is great. Sky's the limit. Even though we had Pete Sinclair on saying that he doesn't want to touch Combiner stuff, but I think people would buy it. People would want it,
Yeah.
especially if you put it in that old school looking G1 type box or BotCon box. Yeah, gift box. I think that would work.
And they are in the business of making money, so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When it comes to like, well, if Pete's like, I like this and I don't like this, and then the person's like, well, this is going to make a lot more money, that's going to overrule. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's
But
see.
yeah,
Did you
go.
say live chat was set up, or because I only see comments, not live chat?
I've put live chats on there, and I don't see live chat. And I've been messing around with it right now. I have the box checked for enable live chat. This is another way that Google, YouTube's screwing
I'll
with me.
probably do it the next time you start a hangout.
If I can.
But anyways, with the whole third party thing, buying it or selling what you have for a better version, I've had this kind of thing happen to me before, with Ultra Magnus and with the Hercules. I kind of want to sell my Hercules set, but it's such a great third party combiner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I should sell that because one of the better ones in my opinion. And the City Commander would just go good on his own shelf. Like, my top shelf is third-party stuff.
Well, and you can also do what I think like Dakota does, his displaying where he has different shelves for different things. So like his Lost Light or his Wreckers, and so if you want, you could kind of put some of those extra Ultra Magnuses or whatever characters you have onto a different shelf. And which one that represents, let's say, the Season 3 looking Ultra Magnus the best, stick them there with your Chugs or whatever. There's always that possibility. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I could get rid of my City Commander just because that was like one of the first third-party items I add on, but just third-party stuff I actually decided, man, this thing's expensive, but I'm willing to do it. And
I wouldn't.
Yeah. So, but it is hard. I mean, like I have Hercules too. I don't think I'm going to get rid of Hercules. I have Uranus. I haven't gotten rid of that because of Superion.
Now, when it comes to the Protector armor, I might sell that if we get a Chug Rodimus Prime.
Like
Cloud.
I really want the DX9 armor set for the was it Evo Prime from TF4 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for like a purchase, stuff to come in so I can buy it and ship it with my order before I get that. But that's in the plans to get this month. But if they come out with a Jinrai, or Super Jinrai, actual figure, then like which one would I rather have, And if I can sell that and recoup just a decent amount of my money back, that way I can have that to apply to the one that I'm like, yeah, this one's the real version that I want. And that's kind of the way it goes. Sometimes like you said, Trent, sometimes if you can just get 80% of your money back, you enjoyed the figure, you liked it, but there's that ultimate to you now, like that one's like so much better than what you have currently. And if I could just recoup 80%, it's going to give me funds to pay for more than half of this new one, and that's the one that I know that I'd be extremely happy, because the longer I hang on to this, the more it's going down, and you're not going to get as much. So that's just kind of the way I look at it when it comes to third party. Masterpiece, no. Hasbro stuff, not really. So
anything that's official, I don't really, think about getting rid of. I mean, because there's always going to be something better, especially in the Chug line. But there's not you can't really get that much for it if you want to turn around and sell it. I mean, certain characters, yes, but majority, no, not really. Third-party stuff, they're always trying to outdo each other, and sometimes you will find better things out there. But it's also, you have your set, ways where, I gravitate towards, let's say, Mastermind Creations or Fans Project or TFC. So that's what you're going to buy, and pretty much you're probably not going to go like, oh, I have Ares, but, I really like Feral Rex. Most likely you're just going to buy maybe both of them. So, if, because they are different in a way. But, yeah, I wish, actually, going off that Jinrai, I wish that we actually got a third party to make us. Now, I'm not talking Trailer Force, because I have my issues with that God Bomber set. I don't really like it, to be honest with you, and I'm a huge God Jinrai fan. I saw it at BotCon. I like the color scheme at BotCon, but I don't like how it looks.
Really?
The final product. I don't like it. It just doesn't do it for me as far as being God Jinrai. But I would love to get an actual third party to make us a complete God Jinrai. Both components, they combine, and there you go.
Or even Haztech. I mean, just call it Power Master Prime in the US, Jinrai in the...
Yeah.
In Power.
Oh, I love that.
same thing they did with Power Master Optimus Prime. There's no such thing. It's Jinrai.
Yeah, it depends. What
It's so that it's so that they could sell it, And people always they always bring up it was like, well, Hasbro Power Master Optimus Prime came out before Genrai, but they were already doing the animation and writing the story, and they knew that this was what they wanted to make. And his name was Genrai. It just happened that it came out first, Power Master Optimus Prime, first before the Genrai did over in Japan. It's to sell. It's still the original. Thought was to sell it to Americans. This is Power Master Optimus Prime. We're like, oh, Optimus Prime, leader, got to get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, besides, yeah, because it would have been weird over here in the States, walking in the store, seeing somebody named Jinra, I'd be like, okay, why does he look like Optimus Prime?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember picking up Power Master Optimus Prime when I was a kid because I didn't have the original G1, and I was like, oh man, I want to get a Prime. It comes with a trailer, and it's like, okay, but as a kid, I loved it. I mean, but I played with the original too, and I'm like, this is nothing compared to the original as far as articulation, as far as a working trailer. Yeah, it turns into a cooler base, but you don't have the amount of space to store guys in there.
No.
And the transformation. Roller. And he couldn't hold his guns. I mean, he could only shoot people in the feet or in the knees. I mean, it was just really poorly designed at times. But the combination into Power Master Optimus Prime was pretty cool. And reading about him in the comic books, I'm like, okay, the whole Power Master gimmick and all that type of stuff. Sure, I get it.
But at least it was Super God Master Force that I don't care if this toy is crap. I want that character, and that was kind of the G1 appeal of a lot of things,
But at least I liked what Takara did, and they took that mold and they changed it. They gave it die cast. They gave it chrome. They gave it. They fixed the molded hands on the actual trailer so they're retractable. Yeah. They did a little bit more tweaking to it, which was really nice. I didn't like the fact that later on Hasbro decided we're going to capitalize on that and we'll release the Apex armor and a Toys R Us exclusive and call it the Apex armor instead of having it as as an actual character, God Bomber, and all that type of stuff. And then further we got it again in Transformers Prime where you got the Apex armor and then you got Miko in there and I'm a wrecker now and I can kick some butt. And but I don't know. All right. One topic that I kind of really just wanted to shoot out there really quickly, and then we might talk about some other things, like maybe the Turtles invasion, which was really good. Old TV shows, whether they're cartoons or maybe live action back in the day, should they be kind of reinvented for today's audience? We've seen that in the movies with RoboCop, Total Recall and such. But let's look at some TV shows or cartoons like Airwolf. Blue Thunder? Could that come back now in a movie format, or maybe even into a show again, and be viable and actually work? Or maybe a new modernized version of Dino Saucers or some live action movie, Jurassic Park looking, or cartoon.
I was watching some old movies the other day, and the way you kind of bring that up is should they reboot it or something like that? And I was watching The Abyss, and that was very kind of high tech. That was like T2, and it was just RoboCop. It was like before its time type. Graphics and just wow factor. Even watching it, The Abyss, I was just like, that really looks like water, floating through, that thing. And it's just a great movie. It was, James Cameron as well. And so, but movies like that, man, you can't remake that because I think you can't top it, with the characters, the actors that played it, the way that it was done, you know, the I don't want to say CGI, but you know the way that they did it then, everything looked so real that you just CGI up all this stuff, and it really looked like they were under deep sea underwater, you know, and it looked so good that you could only mess it up by making a new one, you know.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I look at that, and then I look at like Avatar, whenever I watch Avatar, I'm like, man, this is basically like cartoons with like some humans running around in it. Now, I like the movie, and I think it's got it's a story we've all heard before. You know, it's the Pocahontas story, but hey, it's Avatar, you know, and it, you know, I like them doing movies like that. If I don't like the new RoboCop. I don't like the new Total Recall. It was all right, but it wasn't as good as the first, in my opinion. Um, I don't know.
It's kind of hard to recapture the magic.
They should redo some things that were, you know, a good example are some of the comic book stuff, you know, to where we didn't have the technology to do like these super powered humans or mutants or whatever, you know, from back then. So now we can actually do it and make it look cool. Like you couldn't have had back in the 80s Magneto in, you know, a stadium and lifting the stadium up and carrying it, you know, in the air, you know, and dropping it around, you know, the White House or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no way they could do anything like that. And you look at, you know, the Flash back then. You look at, you know, the Hulk, you know, from back then, and these are TV shows. But now
Well, yeah,
you look at
like
the Flash. You know, it now it kind of goes with today's times, and those are ones that need improvements, but there's some that don't need it.
okay, but like so old TV shows is where I'm trying to go at, not like yeah, reinventing some, you know, movies and stuff, but that's its own thing. And I kind of threw that in as an example, and I shouldn't have done that. But
I'm
like
sorry.
older, like Knight Rider. Would you want to see? I mean, they tried revamping it before, but like Knight Rider coming back, maybe as an actual movie, live action movie, or as a TV show. They did the A Team. They tried rebooting Dallas. Yeah, I'm throwing that out there. My mom used to watch that soap opera all the time. But like Miami Vice, well, they did Miami Vice with Colin Farrell, did they? There was a movie, but something like that. I mean, with the technology now, would you rather have it in a movie form, or do you think it should just go to a TV-based? Since we're seeing more of that type of Agents of Shield, the Flash, Arrow, that type of kind of sci-fi or comic book, you know, superhero-ish type of shows, maybe that would be a better fit. Bionic Woman, that was 70s, $6 Million Man, some of that type of stuff. You know, I'm just kind of throwing out there. I like the Sarah Chronicles Terminator. That was pretty good. It was
I
kind
like
of short.
it too. Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. I just kind of thinking because I'm, you know, being an '80s kid, I have a lot of stuff on DVD. And I was watching some shows, and I'm like, wow, you know, they've taken certain things, but like, why not this? Why not that? It's kind of odd. I think the public could recognize it and want to see it, but you know.
Well, let's, you know, the really good example is, you know, the A Team that you brought up is that I think it did better as a movie than what it would be as a TV show. If it was a TV show, I think that it would have a small following. You wouldn't get, you know, Liam Nelson in there. Or
Yeah.
Nielsen, you know, whatever. You wouldn't get him in there, so you're downgrading on, you know, actors and stuff like that, and you're not gonna have what the A Team did with its craziness in that movie, but you know, shoot, you know, the tank moving through the air and stuff, whatever. But, you know, that's something that survived better as a movie than what a TV show. And the way TV shows work today is, it's so hard to just even keep continue on through the first season, much less get a second season. I mean, they're canceling things all the time. Like, I really loved Revolution, and I thought that was great. And
I remember that show.
they canceled it because, you know what? It was good, but it wasn't Lost, The CD
everything's compared to Lost.
That's what they compare everything to now. And Lost was just supposed to be I think it was a 6-episode show, a little mini series, and that's why it got so kind of crazy, because they were just writing on the fly. But with Airwolf, I think it would be better as a movie.
Yeah.
I'd like to see MacGyver.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I love that show, and it was just him like taking some bubble gum, shoestring, and a paper clip, and then he was able to pick these locks and do all kinds of stuff, and explain it to you. It was great as a series, but the way people are today is, look at us. Like, we have Twitter. It's instant. We get the information instantly. There is no people waiting for the newspaper anymore to find out what happened in sports yesterday. It's like, no, we find out right then. We don't even wait for the news. They're like, bam, it hits Twitter, it's there. We got it before the news people even get it. It's the same thing in movie and TV shows. We need it now. We don't want to wait for it. We want it now, and that's what we're kind of used to. And with a lot of the people that go to movies, our younger crowd, you got to give that to them. TV shows, I mean, it's hard because you're like, hey, we're given a slot date, this date, this time, this network. Well, let's say cartoon. If it's on Nickelodeon, well, when I did have my cable, I shut that off. They did no longer do business with I forget who it was, but they didn't have Nickelodeon anymore.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even get it in my area. So a lot of the companies, Comcast, Time Warner, they don't get those. So you might not get the show. Not everyone's going to be able to see it. The movie's kind of your best option on stuff like that, I think.
Yeah. MacGyver, I forgot about that.
I love MacGyver.
I'm going to pitch an idea. Teenage female MacGyver. Richard Dean Anderson is the grandpa this time, helping out his granddaughter, who is, I don't know, what was his name? Angus in the first one? She could be called Aggie or some MacGyver, I don't know. But I don't know. That would be actually a really good actual show. I would actually watch the show if they could kind of and bring in Richard Dean Anderson like they've done in some other shows that we see previous characters kind of used to kind of draw in the old crowd back into the new series. But
yeah, kind of like what we had with Knight Rider in the pilot episode with David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, having passed the torch.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
As far as like comic TV shows from back then, you'd think that it'd be an easy one to do because he has no superpowers, but the Punisher. But
that's got to be
really
like
do
HBO.
a Punisher? Yeah, I mean, and I don't think HBO will want to take something on like that. It would be
Showtime. Well, Showtime like Dexter, I mean, even though Dexter's
I
more
love
entertaining.
Dexter. Yeah.
I do too, but I mean, it's like it has to be dark, and you don't have to have
do
as
it
much.
right.
Yeah.
CW is not going to get it right.
CW, no, I don't think so.
My favorite show on the CW is The 100. They just ended the season 2, and we're getting to season 3. Man, that finale was awesome. The 100 is the closest thing we've had to Lost. That's Lost, so.
See, I'd like to see like Deadpool on like HBO or Showtime.
Oh man,
Have his own show.
it'd be hard because it has to be. I mean, if you get really good writers, then yeah, you can pull it off because you have to have that comedy sense, but that darkness also.
Then breaking the fourth wall and everything.
But yeah, it would work. I mean, I liked it when Deadpool had a guest spot on Ultimate Spider-Man. When I think it was was it Will Friedle that was the actual voice actor for him? He didn't do that bad of a job. But we have a quick question I forgot from the last Aftercast. We've kind of gone over this before, but James Rich wanted to know more about Chug. and what it stands for, and just kind of the background behind it.
I'll be back.
Oh man, we're gonna go to you, Josh.
What? I don't know anything about Chug. I'm
That's
the
all
wrong
right.
person.
But Chug is classic Henkei universe, or used to be United Generations line, which is basically your standard retail or series that's continuing forward from what classics came out in 2006 or 7 or
Yeah.
something. But it's just a continuation where you just kind of build your Transformers collection essentially, and it just lasted for so many years. Even though it has been reinvented into different lines, but the characters flow with each other nicely as far as the look and everything else. Um, Hence why we have Chug collectors, and since Josh ain't here, he's secretly a Chug collector. He just doesn't know it yet because he's collecting all the Combiner Wars stuff. That's Chug. He just doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's also a nice, the series are really good to the point that you get these nice updated versions of G1 characters, essentially. And then if you want those obscure characters, you look towards like BotCon or Transformers Collectors Club or Milton Publishing, Hobby, that type of stuff to get those kind of other characters that you wish were in the Chug line, but Hasbro or maybe Takara's not going to touch. But hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
There's not really too much else
It's
to say
pretty
about
much
it.
a synopsis of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got G1, I mean, you got G2, you got all the different series, and then you have like Masterpiece, Prime, but then Chug doesn't really have it doesn't have like a fiction per se, unless you're looking at maybe IDW now, but back in the day it didn't really have. It was just a toy line to just keep Transformers fresh in people's, eyes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of weird that it never did spawn some type of cartoon based on those molds, those models.
I'd still love to see a cartoon based on the Chug designs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you know what I heard? I read somewhere, and I'll have to like look it up again just to be sure. I think I read somewhere where like Don Figuera or one of the former artists on IDW actually helped design the Classics Optimus Prime mold.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Really?
Cause he did like a drawing of it, and it's the Classics Voyager Optimus.
Oh.
We have him to blame for the side panel on his forearms, huh? No. I know. I still do like that mold. It's a good.
It is.
Cause I noticed like when one of the series started back up, like when they started doing Transformers, this was after the All Hail Megatron series. I
Mhm.
noticed that Optimus Prime kind of had like some door panels on his arm. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And they always work. I mean, if like your imagination can just go
In
wild. I mean,
tandem.
they could be like shields, or they could act for anything. And yeah. So I
Yeah.
wanted to address that question, um, and such. But that's about it. Real quickly, and then we can venture off into other Transformers, topics or whatever else. Or if we have any comments, if you have questions, let us know.
You do have a comment on the last little topic.
Okay.
Godbot says Magnum PI.
Magnum PI would be good. Yes. Oh, I like Moonlighting. Bring that back. Love Bruce Willis in that. I forgot her name now. But he'd have to be smoking like crazy. I don't know if they allow that on like on TV as much. But Magnum PI, yeah. God, there's a lot of good ones. Real quickly, Josh, have you watched the new Turtles?
When did it come on?
It was online on like Nick's website.
Okay, no, I haven't seen it. The last one that I saw Was them like going to carnival or something like that, trying to find Karai and Bebop
Okay.
and Rocksteady.
Were they named? Why am I? I'm not called Bebop. I don't want to be called Bebop.
Yeah, that one. Unfortunately, like I'll watch everything at work on the illegal website. So
All right. Well, maybe we won't discuss it, but there's a 2-part episode where they go into Dimension X, and they finally it's like a season finale, I think.
already,
Well, it kind of is. I mean, they go and
unless they're going on another break, they just got back.
they probably are going on another break. I mean, but they're going to Dimension X. It's a 2-parter. You can see all of it on nickturtles.com, and it's really actually good. I really enjoyed it. Going back to Dimension X and all that.
I actually think it was meant to be like a mid-season premiere.
Oh, okay.
So
one of the best quotes in there. I mean, there's a lot of good quotes, but Raph got a hot one in the oven or something. Or oh shoot, I forgot. Oh, it was good though. Those little Krang apes that have the guns in their butts and stuff like that. It's funny.
I think I remember that one. When are we getting that toy?
I know. It's like, what the hell?
They plan on. That's another one they said that they plan on making was the little shredder mutants. Or whatever.
The 2-pack.
Yeah, they didn't say that these are coming out. They said that we plan on making these.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think they probably will. But so okay, I don't want to spoil it, so we don't spoil it for Josh. So we'll move on. Any other news?
The last topic was going down the rabbit hole, or several of them. You have so many things that you collect, and then something else that you do like. Now, if you're a Mask fan, they come out with Mask, towards the end of the year. All right, now there's something else that I'm spending money on that's taking another piece of the pie, and obviously, it's just the way the percentage works. Pie is 100%, and let's just make it easy. You're spending 50% on something and 50% on the other thing. Well, now you want to add Mask in there. It's going to take away from some of the other stuff, And let's say if you're a Silverhawks fan, if they came out with Silverhawks or Visionaries again, or Visionaries, the one that Hasbro said that they've talked about coming back with, they come back with that. Now that's going to take a little bit of piece of the pie, and so because you add that, it takes away from other things as well. So it's all about prioritize and
Don't forget your GoBots.
Your Lego elves.
They don't get any pie.
No pie for GoBots.
We don't even let them in the house. They're not allowed even in the house around the dinner table. They get no pie. But that's the way it works. Like if let's say you had whatever $100, and that's what you can spend that month, and you had 50 going here, 50 going here. Transformers, let's just say G.I. Joes, and then here comes Ninja Turtles. You want to get into that? Well, that's going to take a piece of that. So now you got to let go of, not completely, but now you can't buy everything that you want. You got to prioritize that. So,
yep.
How do you kind of discipline yourself from jumping down too many rabbit holes? Because there's a lot of cool stuff out there. There's Star Wars. There's Ninja Turtles. There's Batman. Transformers, Masterpiece, third parties, Chugs. I mean, just a lot of stuff out there.
Well, and there's I'm not in this category, but there's also girlfriend. If you don't have a girlfriend yet or a spouse and all that, that can really dip into your spending when you're spending stuff. You never say prices to your significant other. You never reveal prices. You never reveal receipts. You never reveal anything that could incriminate you to the point where they go, "Oh, you can spend that much money on a toy, and I get a Happy Meal at McDonald's." It's like, what? So it's like never go that route. That's just a joke. But what do you guys think? I mean, is there anything out there that's tempted you? Whether it's retail, whether it's you're just surfing on an e-tailer site and you're going, oh crap, that came out like third party or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. anything that you've come close to pulling the trigger on.
Yeah, elaborate.
Yeah. These aren't just true, false, yes, no. Give us some detail, man. We need to know. I'm writing a book.
Some things I came pretty close to pulling the trigger on was, I gotta remember now, it's been a while. It was the Toy World Hardbone, or not Hardhead.
Oh, okay.
I came close to pulling the trigger on that, but
You're not waiting for Fans Project?
Waiting on the Fans Project or the possible Hasbro that we were supposed to be getting.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
The listings.
Yeah, we were told that at BotCon.
About to go outside and beat the crap out of this neighbor. They're just slamming their door. There have been 6 figures that have fallen over since the Aftercast because they keep on slamming their door.
Wow.
Oh.
But, you know, then I went down one rabbit hole getting all that Bionicle stuff here a couple months ago.
Yeah, but you don't regret that, do you?
Not really, but I don't think I should have just, you know, all at once like that.
Okay.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's not that you regret it or you don't. I mean, you still may like it, but, you know, it's one of those things like, well, you know, maybe I'll just pick up 1 or 2, and then, you know, or 1, maybe 2, and then it's like, okay, now I'm kind of collecting this stuff, and that's what kind of happens to a collector. It's like, oh, now I want more of it, and then, you know, just 2 more, and I can have this complete wave set, you know.
See, and that's
what I'm talking about.
We're dating. Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, and that's kind of the thing. You know, me trying to be a completist, I had to have the whole set of 6.
So you have a complex. That's cool, though. I do. I mean, for what it's worth, though, Dalton, your Bionicle reviews are really, you know, superb. A+. I enjoy watching them, and you know, you started your different video take on that, and you did a really good job with them. For you know, for what it's worth.
They might be coming back because right now I don't have anything new to review. I'll just go back to finish off what I didn't do.
Okay, cool. How about you, Trent? Anything that you kind of like? Oh, I think I'm going to pull the trigger on that.
I've been looking at some of the third-party Dinobots, but I'm like, I don't want to go down that hole.
You don't want to join me?
I do that, because if I do that, then I'm gonna want to get the Predacons, maybe I don't know, maybe like the Feral Rex team or Unique Toys, because now I'm seeing on where people are saying that the prices of that thing have come down. And I've looked at their Warlord, they're not Predaking, and it actually scales pretty well with the regular Hasbro Combiner Wars.
Well, it went down in price for good reason.
Yeah.
Better versions came out after it.
Yeah, that's what happened. Which is not to say there's a bad toy, but it's just that if theirs had been like much cheaper, they probably would have done better.
True.
Because I mean, once MMC came out, that was kind of it.
Oh yeah.
I think they are redeeming themselves with their Odin. Is that what it's called? Their Abominus. I think they're doing a good job.
That's what's tempting me, because I like Abominus.
I see, and you know, I'm tempted to pick up the Warbitron still because you know those are big figures. Those are like large Voyager class figures for about $10 cheaper than you'd get for a large deluxe from TFC Toys.
Yeah.
I mean, even they're not Onslaught. That thing's $120 compared to $150 for something that's half that size. As far as the vehicle.
And have you seen the size of that Bruticus?
Yeah, that thing is massive. So that's one rabbit hole that I'm about to go down.
Yeah.
Definitely. There's a lot of stuff in the third-party realm that's like, ooh, that looks good.
I want that.
You know, Make Toys is Dystopia. Just because it's Metro Titan, I'm thinking, oh, that looks pretty nice. Even though I'd like a Titan class to go with my Titan class Metroplex, but still, it's a beast in itself. But if I go down that road, I'm gonna want Utopia then, because I mean I have G1 to G1, and you know, screw the Titan class. You know, I'd want utopia and dystopia together, but that's hard. Um, Especially with just non-Transformer stuff too. I mean, you look at when Star Wars always comes out with some freaking new, or the Rebel stuff isn't that great, just because they kind of go back a step. They go back to their original Star Wars articulation. It seems like that 5 point of articulation, even though they do drop the price down a little bit, still, when you get used to elbow joints, swivels, and knee joints and all that, you kind of miss it when it's not there. For at least me, and being introduced to like the Black series, it's really nice. But cool. Um, Anything else you guys want to venture into? We got 11 viewers. The night is young, I guess, since we did start a little late.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could just sit in silence.
We're all thinking. Thank you, Josh.
I don't have anything really.
Trent, real quick. So you said Dinobots, and I'm always intrigued. I went Fans Project. I think last week you said Toy World, right?
Only for the fact that theirs is a combined. As far as like having like a newer update building up on what G1 established, but having a new modern day update or improving upon the design, yeah, it'd be Fans Project. I do like the way their Dinobots look, especially in robot mode.
How about G Creations, though, with their Shuriken? They
G
combine,
Creations.
and they're pretty big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one leg is the size of a M10.
Yeah, I
There's-
saw that.
there's-
I was like, wow.
Yeah,
You
their
know, somebody
Thunderous
had
is pretty big, and yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
Somebody had like Feral Rex looking over, and I'm like, wow.
And they're not too terribly. I mean, I think they're actually the same amount of money. At least Thunderous is 115, and Muddy and Roar are the same 115. So, but I was just asking. I was just kind of curious. There's Planet X again, and I finally pulled the trigger on Kubrar. I really do like those Fans Project.
They
Dinobots
do.
for what they're huge, bulky, exactly perfect for if you are a Chug collector. Granted, I'm buying the Diaclone version, so they're a little more expensive, but the normal retail versions look really nice too. It's just you're not getting that, gold chrome, and they're more attuned to the Diaclone colors and all that. Obviously, and they get the little micro guy.
See, if I were to
do
pick
it,
up the,
and I had room. Oh, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I were to pick up the French Project ones, I'd get all the retail versions except for their swoop. I can't remember what they're calling them, but I'd definitely pick that up. Yeah, pick that up in the Diaclone colors. That way, I can have a cartoon accurate looking.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping and praying that it's gonna be released at this year's TFCon. So
I would get one
not
of each.
picking up the retail.
If I
Oh, you're going
could,
that right.
yeah,
High roller.
if I could, I would get like one of. No. I mean, I would
Just
pick
money
like
bags?
I would pick like Batuga. No. You misunderstood.
I'll just get them
What I'm
all.
saying is that for each individual character, I would like do like a draw and get one from like each company. You know, maybe like one Fans Project, maybe get like Kubra from Fans Project, probably get the Snarl from, let's see, um
Toy World Snarl like
Planet
Roar.
X, Toy World
Oh.
Snarl, yeah.
God, so they're gonna be all out of
Yep.
whack.
It would look crazy as hell, but I bet it would be interesting to see. But I saw someone's Grimlock and it looked okay, but my problem was it kind of looked almost looked exactly like the masterpiece Grimlock, and I'm like, okay, did y'all just?
It was
Yeah.
Toy Worlds that looked almost exactly. It looks exactly like it.
So it's G Creation.
Okay.
Yeah,
G
and
creation looks just
the
like it too.
inside of the feet are whenever you put them into robot mode are real weird looking on the insides.
Yeah, I think that is G Creations.
G creation made it like, here's your MP8 Grimlock, but we just made it bigger. It's like, it doesn't scale well with the rest of the Dinobots because if you take Thunderous with the official Grimlock, he's what comes up to I think his shoulder on Grimlock, and so now you bring up Grimlock just even just huge. I mean, he's going to be a lot bigger than Sludge, which I don't know. That's just kind of odd to me.
He should be the biggest. Sludge should.
Yeah, I think so. That's the one thing I didn't like about Fans Project. Their Clumpio, not Sludge, is he's still bulky and big, but Kubrar, their slag is actually bigger, beefier.
Yeah.
But
Now, if they didn't combine, I would probably get like their Sludge, because he looks pretty big.
you look at Neptune though from Planet X, he's beefy.
Yeah.
Maybe not as tall, but yeah, he's got a lot of mass in the chest. Like he works up the upper body, but doesn't do anything with the calves or the thighs or nothing.
Yeah.
Seems like, but
Like pretty much any character from animated.
well, Blur's pretty slim, trim.
Oh, anyone but Blur.
You think what?
I said anyone but Blur.
Okay. Yeah, true. You can look at Lugnut,
Look at that Prime.
Prime. But I don't really have anything else topic-wise. Anything else you guys want to get off your chest, make known, talk about? Oh, there's one thing. Fans Project's Dino King, Monstructor, whatever the hell it's going to be, whichever one. I think it's supposed to be Dino King, but
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that thing. They say it's supposed to be their biggest combiner, and it's supposed to be as big as, what, Guardia, which is Make Toys' Defensor, or roughly around that size, so
Okay.
that's good news. Looking forward to that.
Watch it. It's an inch
That's who I'm
taller.
kind of looking forward to.
And it's going to be a 6, obviously, because there's 6 of them, so it should be pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's who's combined. I'm interested in seeing their take on Defensor.
Make Toys is?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little more streamlined opposed to TFC's, like, we're a rescue team, but we're also an assault team. And we're going to come in there blazing.
Yeah.
I love that. I love Hydrant with that huge minigun. Like, yeah, we're here to rescue you. Holy crap, dude. I'm just going to saw you down. But I
It's a
bet
way
they
to take
still...
down It's a way to take down a door of a burning building. Just blow it off with a minigun.
Basically a super soaker Gatling gun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
But, all right, if that's it, I guess we will end it there. Hopefully next week will be a lot smoother, guys. Again, apologize for the late start. It's just trying to get used to the new Google Plus thing and everything. So,
Quick question. Chava says, thoughts on Fans Project Cyanicus or something?
who was that?
I don't know.
Fans Project?
Well, he said Mastermind Creations first, but then he says Fans Project, that is.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is. There's so many fake names and so many third-party companies out there that I forget who is what.
Yeah, you got to give us, like, who they represent, maybe.
That's the easiest way. Like, if you're just like, TFC, Defensor, then we'll all know what you're talking about. So.
Oh, it's their. I can't can't remember the name of the IDW character, but he turns into a rifle. It's what was teased to us on April Fool's last year as being Megatron.
Oh, that thing? That scope-looking rifle thing?
That is
Yeah.
Mastermind Creations.
Mm-hmm.
It
Oh,
is supposed to be the
I don't know about
7th
that.
member of Mastermind Creations, Feral Rex.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Because
Ah,
now you have a sniper rifle. Um, I don't really care for it. Like it didn't even intrigue me, personally. So
Yeah, we didn't even remember it, so obviously it didn't really resonate with us too well.
it was just like, they're making this. There'll be a few people that buy it. It was just it wasn't anything
See, I'd rather
special
have
about it.
Mastermind Creation Spartan. We haven't seen any of the Impactors anymore,
yeah.
or
no.
Strika. Some of those that we
X2
actually,
X2 toys and Mastermind Creations. You're supposed to have both of those impactors.
yeah, but we,
Talking about
nothing
what
really.
was shown at TFCon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, someone was supposed to be doing a bludgeon and a Yokitron, weren't they?
Oh, that
really.
was a long time ago.
Okay.
I think that was from 2013 that we've seen that.
Well,
Oh yeah.
That's the thing is there's like so many third-party companies now, and then they all like announce so many things like what silhouettes, test shots, and actually coming out with stuff, and
Yeah.
like they drop the project, they start working on something else, they try to bring it back, and then they forget about it, or it gets canceled. You never find out about it, or they start something, they quit it. There's so many things out there. It's just so hard to keep up with all of it.
yeah, yeah. I want Mastermind
Mhm.
Creations Anarchus, which is their Kaon. Sorry, their that version.
Mm.
But okay, we're gonna end it here in a little bit. But I have something really quickly just to throw out there. This is Make Toys. So I pre-ordered this. I actually bought it, pre-ordered, which kind of was like misleading. But Make Toys Nemesis. It was an exclusive to their website, obviously, for a little bit. But
Yep.
now you see it flooding all the e-tailers. What do you guys think about um, now that we're able to finally get it? You guys picking it up? Because remember we saw that they have just like Hypernova. You get the actual bot and the battle tanker, but you get that really cool like cloth cape, some chains, all that type of stuff. Also worth $170. I think that's like the cheapest I've seen it on some e-tailers. Some of them have it for like $189 for an exclusive. Yay, nay.
Thought it was cool, but I was never tempted to buy it. So
I
Yeah.
think I'd be tempted to buy it because it looks awesome.
I would be
Both versions.
I would be a little
I
too small for my liking.
You think it's too small for your liking?
Yeah, because they're supposed those guys are the Hypernova. I think no, if that's Nova Prime, he's supposed to be like a little bit taller than just your Voyager Optimus. But he looks good as a figure. For a display piece, they look great.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
true.
there's a lot of stuff I like that I just don't buy. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be one of them. I like it. I have no plans to buy it. I never even thought about buying it. So
Cool.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. So we're just gonna end it there, guys. Thanks again for joining us, and again, sorry for the problem with Google Plus and just getting stuff going, but I think we're on track. So check us out next week, right here again in the Aftercast, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Victory Saber 77's channel. We also have some other shows, and then we'll do some outros here. But the other shows, we do have an eBay show, which is going to be airing this Thursday. It's usually once a month, but it will be airing this Thursday, March 19th, on G1 Extras channel, at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And there's also the Cybercast, which airs every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on G1Xtron's channel. It's in video form right now, so after we end here, go, if you haven't seen it, go check that out. And we're also going to have some guests on the show next week. We're going to have Derek J. White and Chris Perez. So that's good. No, Josh Perez. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, Josh Perez there. So that's going to be awesome. They've been on the show before. They actually were on the Aftercast once too, and really great guys. And the following week on, I lost my cheat sheet. March 28th, Omnigonics will be on. They are doing the not MP Sunstreaker, their spin out, which looks really good, and they've been on the show before too, so get some insight from them. And then we also have the RID episodes streaming on G1 Extron's Facebook channel, the G1 Extron at Facebook, so go check those out. There's 8 episodes on there so far, and thanks to Karyuta Robots or Karyuta Subs. And then we also have the Collection Spotlight, which we brought back on the Cybercast. So if you guys want to have your collection spotlighted, send some pictures to G1Extron at gmail.com and just let us know what you want to be called so we can give proper, I can't think of the words, I'm so tired right now. The proper, just give you credit for what you have.
Yeah.
And all that. And there's no collection too small, too big, and try and keep your pictures between, 10 to 20. And yeah, that's about it. So if you guys want to outro yourselves, Golden Boy Dalton, you're up next. Little D, go.
I'm Dalton. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DaltoniansTFs. The next episode of Cartoon Mondays will be on the 23rd, I believe. I think that's, the 23rd. It'll be over Tailspin, so it's going to be once a month from now on.
Cool. Josh?
Cool.
You can find me G1Hextron on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and my Facebook page is the G1Hextron. You do have one last question on here. It was from Godbot. Just to let you know, we'll get into that next week. So it'll save in comment form, so it'll be there for Jane.
Cool. Trent?
You can find me at Trents5 on Facebook and Trents5 on Twitter.
Sweet. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and we will see you on the eBay show and next Saturday. So have a good week.